All right, it's Tuesday, and today, here's what I did extra. Here's the bonus work that I did for fitness when CrossFit class was done. So after class today, I stuck around and I did sets of 5 handstand push-ups, starting with a level surface and then working my way into a deficit. The reasons that I chose this exercise, for me, handstand push-ups have always been my greatest weakness in CrossFit, and I have found that I need to work on handstand push-ups a couple times a week in order to see advancement in that arena. And what this might mean for you is you might have a similar struggle where there's something that you really have a hard time with. Like, you might have a really hard time with toes to bar. You might have a really hard time with deadlifting lots of weight or typical RX loads in CrossFit space. You might have a difficult time doing more than 3 pull-ups at a time. Whatever it is for you, that's a really good starting point for the selection of post-workout exercises. You tend to see definition in your arms and your legs quicker than you see definition in your midsection. Maybe you should spend more time after class is done doing extra abs work, some more planking, some more GHD sit-ups, some more candlesticks, sit-ups, weighted sit-ups, crunches, whatever, right? The idea though is to identify what is your greatest area of deficit and then put time and effort there to shore up that side. On the flip side, I guess you could argue that there's value to magnifying your strengths also. Like, for me, a strength that I have in the CrossFit space is my pull-ups. And so I can see value in me sticking around and working on my pull-ups to turn a strength into a superpower. But I feel like focusing on trying to turn a strength into a superpower is where a lot of people hang out by default and avoiding their weaknesses. And I recognize that there's different schools of thought. Some people argue very eloquently, some people argue, I'd say intelligently, that most people of great, magnificent success in any arena they're not generally well-balanced people. Like, amazing athletes like basketball stars are phenomenal in that one area. They're not necessarily super well-balanced and successful in relationships or in effectively managing their money or in the spiritual side of things. For example, being phenomenally great in anything often does, yes, I agree, require a desperate, obsessive level of focus on one thing. But I don't believe that is the same thing as saying that on your fitness journey that you should avoid the things that are a struggle for you, because your greatest fitness comes from your willingness to do the types of exercises, types of workouts that for you are probably the least natural. Like, if you're one of those folks who's just naturally a light body weight exercise ninja, and it's just you fly along the wall when you're handstand push-upping, and you can knock out pistols in your sleep and all that, you probably really love workouts that allow you to showcase that gift. And I love that you get the opportunity to showcase that gift. I love that you get to shine in that moment. But if all of the extra work that you're doing is trying to get better at handstand push-ups, trying to get better at muscle-ups, or whatever the body weight skill is that you're already good at, there's a high degree of likelihood that you will spend your entire athletic time, all the fitness time you have, which for most of us is fairly limited time, right? We're all balancing stuff that we have to do for our jobs, for our families, there's a very good degree of likelihood that in the limited time that you have to allocate toward fitness, that you will spend all of your time in getting incremental gains in that one area of strength, instead of breaking through the major limiting plateaus that are keeping you from ever getting a lean physique, or from ever having real defined muscle, or from getting a real engine. Because if you are that bodyweight ninja and you never really work on developing strength stuff because that is harder for you, that piece is probably the area where you could see the greatest amount of absolute benefit in your fitness journey, in the transformation of your physique, in the energy levels that you have, in your functionality throughout the day, in your awesomeness, your energy level as a person. It probably lies on the other side of your greatest weakness and deficit. And so my message to you here in the fitness in the fitness conversation that we're having here is, if you're going to stick around after class and do some kind of workout additional, it should probably be something, if your absolute objective is to maximize your fitness, if your objective is to live your absolute most complete, well-rounded, best overall life, it is, do not shy away from the things you suck at in a fitness space. If you're built robust and you love lifting heavy crap and you always avoid the long cardio burn workouts, you will forever suck at long cardio burn workouts. Your cardio will suck forever, and you will be limited in your life capacity because of that. And the way that founder of CrossFit, Greg Glassman, puts it is this. He said that avoiding your weaknesses is a recipe for incapacity and error. And he's right. Avoiding your weaknesses is a recipe for incapacity and error. And I hope that doesn't hurt your feelings for me to tell you that avoiding your weaknesses means you'll suck at those things forever. But as a coach, I just want to be real with y'all and let you guys know what would be your best advice. What's the best coaching guidance I can give to you about after-hour accessory stuff? That would be, address the deficits. That's your best move.